Hello, welcome back to Breakfast Central. It's now time for us to look at the newspaper front pages, and joining us for analysis is Professor Simeon Nnah. Thank you so much for your time. There's a lot happening in the country, and unprecedented times indeed. So let's get straight into it by starting with the Vanguard newspaper. The headline there says, Trump, National Security Advisor, Service Chiefs meet as U.S. President intensifies threat. This kind of sounds alarmist. The writer says ground operation airstrikes could be part of U.S. attack in Nigeria. It says Trump, he made that statement on the Air Force One. ADC blames Tinubu for Nigeria's blacklisting. Violence erodes investor confidence, says experts. Consequence of incompetence, says Mr. Peter Obi, and Governor Adeleke seeks diplomatic solution. Then we also have on the front page of the Vanguard newspapers, INEC vows enhance result management and credible polls in Anambra yesterday. And there was also a peace parley, a signing of a peace accord between all the candidates in Anambra State elections, which will happen this weekend. They signed a peace accord saying that they will accept the results and none of them would call for violence. Pre, during, and post-gubernatorial elections. Security men shot PDP secretariat amid escalated tensions. And the High Court has also put a pause to the conventions, the upcoming conventions. NADFOLT's federal government's welfare claims demands truth over fiction. But let's start with the biggest. Your demolition must have human faces Oba Akiolu to Lagos State government. Shake-up as Navy recruits 65 admirals. Let's start with the big one. Trump, National Security Service Chiefs meet as U.S. President intensifies threat. What's your take on all of this?
You know, we have always said this fire brigade approach to issues don't work. You must be proactive, not reactive. Now, when these things were brewing up, everybody knew. People came from US to do some investigation here. They took video clips, they made interviews, and instead of you walking towards it, you employed some attack dogs to change the narrative. In fact, one of the guys from the US said that Reynold Mokore was a serial liar, according to him. That was what he said, because he said that the facts were misrepresented by him. And the government saw some of these things. That was when a serious government would have gone in. Of course, we don't have ambassadors. So what do? I just learned recently that the 3 frontline people at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs are not career ambassadors. The permanent secretary, the minister, and the junior minister. They are all non-career diplomats.
It would be hard to believe that
they are non-career diplomats, and we don't have diplomats.
In the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is not. Yeah. I mean, how is he a permanent secretary if he's not a diplomat?
Well, he's not a career diplomat. Yes. That's what we're saying. These the minister and the junior minister and the minister himself, they are diplomats, but they are not career diplomats. They are political diplomats, if you like, because they were appointed to head foreign missions without going through the mills. So we have career diplomats and non-career diplomats. These ones are not career diplomats. You see? So at the end of the day, how do we manage a country like this? 2 years plus, we don't have ambassadors.
But yesterday we had Temitope Ajayi, the SSA's president of media and publicity, and he said that... Sorry?
He said soon, appointment soon.
Yeah, he said it will happen before the end of the year, and then gave a reason.
After 2 years
he said
plus.
Funding. He did give a reason that
funding challenges and the state of the embassies, that they want to fix it first.
Hold on. Don't gaslight me with that.
I mean,
funding with all the monies we are making from with this subsidy removal, and you're talking of funding. So what are they doing with the money? And all the borrowings we are doing. So what are they doing with the money? Just sharing the money between themselves? No, this country needs to be more serious than this.
In your advice, I mean, because nobody will want to see foreign bombs raining on their territory and also to, safeguard a bit of our dignity, because the language President Trump used, the now disgraced Nigeria, it carries all of us. We're all Nigerians, so we're kind of also disgraced.
Yeah.
So how do we recover from this? And how would you advise the president
if you read,
to approach this?
If you read his comment precept by precept, line by line, there was a proviso. He said, if the government does not get to work.
The condition, yes.
Yeah, that's like the IMF will say, conditionality.
Yeah.
That's one of the conditionality. So if the government stop this rhetorics and get down to work, to smoke this out, I think that's the condition
what's getting
given.
down to work? Because Olive shared with us just earlier tweets from the Nigerian presidency, doing nice infographics about the composition of Christians and Muslims in Nigeria, and also giving projections that in 2030, 2050, it will be this. Is that your idea of getting to work?
Projection, 2050, it will be what? You see, we used to have a rolling plan in this country. And my question is, why was that idea jettisoned? Because that rolling plan would have given you time to plan. It was a 5-year rolling plan, a 10-year rolling plan, or even a 3-year, the short-term rolling plan. It will give you time to plan for a particular project, so that by the time you are getting there, you would have known what to. But this time around, we just have a brainwave, and we begin to do something halfway down the line, we make a detour. Countries are not run that way. No countries run that way.
Okay. All right. I want us to look at, there's a lot of stories still on the Vanguard, plenty of them that we could touch on. Shake-up as Navy redeployed 65 rear admirals. I'm sure you know that the president had already changed the chiefs before the United States statement. But let's look at this one. Oba Akiolu to Lagos State Government. Your demolitions must have human face. Last guest who left the studio, Omoyele Sowore, is being wanted by the police because of standing out and leading a push or a walk against the demolitions we've seen at Uwurushoki. What's your take on the consistency in demolitions of buildings in Lagos State, especially of recent?
I want to start with the place, and I'll go to the demolitions. Now, the place must get serious, because it's only in Nigeria that policemen and other security forces will aid people in the night to go and tear gas a community and bring down their buildings in the night. I don't think it will happen. That's why Akiolu was saying what Akiolu was saying what he was saying. You don't do that. That's not what should be done in a sane country. Now you go and demolish people's houses. You come back and give all manner of rhetorics on television that you gave notices and what have you. And in some cases they don't give notice. In some cases, not in all cases. There are cases where they give notice. In some cases they don't give notice. For instance, the the trade fair that they went to demolish, there was no notice, and they don't have a single right to go there because that's federal land. There's no concurrent jurisdiction, because I hear them throwing tantrums that there is concurrent jurisdiction. I've listened to lawyers, I've listened to people that know. They said no, there is no concurrent jurisdiction. That place is strictly federal.
Okay.
Land and property.
Well, police have come out to deny attacking citizens during the demolition exercise, but we'll touch on that more when we come back from this break.
Welcome back. We're still taking a look at the front pages of the newspapers. Our next paper will be the Punch newspaper. That's what we're going to go to. Tinubu moves to appoint new ambassadors amid U.S. tension. Diri joins APC, tags PDP sinking ship. Fresh travel tax scheme worth $1 billion sparks protest. Governors battle weak as PDP factions jostle for control. Police seal PDP HQ. Wike-backed chair moves in. Damagon block fumes. Tension ahead of convention. Governor Paul Amupita visits Anambra. Parties sign peace accord. OPS Labour rejects 20,000 naira note. NDLA discovers new cannabis variant California loud in Lagos. Okay, let's go straight to Diri joining APC. It tags PDP as sinking ship.
Well,
What's your take on that?
It's a no-brainer that PDP is an intensive care unit, but all of them are culpable because when this Ferrero started, they would have nipped it on the bud by either suspending Wike or asking him to leave the party. But because he was financing the political party, because he equally said it himself, I watched him over the television yesterday or so, when he was saying that nobody in the party has committed so much more than him. Then the person come and say, you see, so they relied so much on his finances, and he was bringing in chairmen and removing them. At the last count, he has brought in 4 chairmen, and he has equally removed them. So what is befalling PDP today, they brought it on themselves. I don't see them. It will take a miracle, maybe the 10th wonder of the world, for them to survive the onslaught now, because it's gotten so messy that even their convention, and from what I'm hearing, if that convention is not held between 14th and 15th, there's going to be serious lacuna in the party. So let's see how it goes. Maybe they have a magic wand that we don't know.
Do you think that their convention will still hold on the 15th? They're insisting. We had Adetokobo Pierce earlier, and he says the convention will still hold.
What's the word now? Okay. Well, what I want to say is that
Silver lining.
Yes, there's a problem there. They can go on with the convention, but if they do, I need to tell them without any hazards that everybody that is elected in that convention will be null and void and of no effect.
For litigation.
Yes. And if they go into the election with those people, they will win election, and our courts will remove those things from them. So that's why they should do the needful now, because it's not tomorrow now. They said this and that happened. They should do the needful now, ensure that they vacate that court order. Because lawyers are saying, no matter how useless you think a court order is, you must obey it. So if they refuse to obey that court order now and go to that convention, I'm sorry. Everything they are going to do will be null and void and of no effect at the end of the day.
All right. We have Francis calling from Port Harcourt. Good morning, Francis. Thank you for calling. Please head to your point.
Good morning, my 2 beloved people there and the guests. You know, the other gentleman, I'm still waiting for his campaign. He said he wants to be president of an estate that we don't know. So,
President of an estate.
That's Benga.
Francis, I'll keep you informed.
All right, go ahead.
PDP issue. For this PDP issue, it's I don't know. These guys are the reason, both PDP, APC, I will tell you, PDP, APC, Labour, and all the political parties, they are the same thing.
Yeah.
No ideology.
Exactly.
There is nothing you will now tell me that this is what these people believe in, and this is what these people believe in. Let me tell you, there is one thing all of them believe in. All of them believe in getting power. That is all they believe in. So anybody who moves from party A to party B, from party B to party C, whatever, wherever they like, let them move to. They are the same 10 and 10 pence. That is, by the way, for my beloved brother called Donald Trump, let him take it easy. You know, he's now, I see him as the best content creator the world has ever seen. But that's what he's doing. He's creating content that will never see the light of day. Does it mean this gun violence in America, they're killing people, killing blacks? That is not genocide. That is not a problem. I will say it and I will end with this. America has never gone into any nation to liberate them and that nation come back normal or better.
I agree.
Finally, Nigerian politicians will always wonder why we believe them, even when they don't believe themselves. Nigeria is a good phone, but we need a better charger. We are yet to see that charger. Thank you.
That's a strong one. Nigeria is a good phone, but we need a better charger.
That's right. That's right. I've always said that America is the most selfish country of the world, while UK is the most crafty. I've always said that. America does not go where it will not benefit. It has never happened to us. I don't think it will happen now. Look at the time they took on Iraq. It was because of Kuwait. A lot of people didn't know that they had interest in Kuwait, in the oil of Kuwait. That was why they went against Iraq. But they gave you a different narrative, that there were weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, that they want to inspect their armory, knowing fully well that's not possible. At the end of the day, they attacked Iraq. After the attack, they came back to say they didn't find any weapon of mass destruction.
And there were
most of us,
millions dead.
Yes, most of us that knew what happens or knows what happened in the diplomatic circle knows that if you want to do anything, you will sell a dummy that people will buy. So that's what they normally do. They sell a dummy that people will buy. And when you buy that dummy, they will now come in and do what they want to do.
You're very right. And what you said about the British, that they are very crafty.
Very crafty, very
reminds
crafty.
me of what an Indian parliamentarian said, Shashish Tharoor, Oxford graduate. He said, the sun never sets on the British Empire because even God could not trust the British in the dark.
You can say that again.
Let's take this call from Kenneth from Abuja.
Good morning, Kenneth.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
All right.
I had one two people are saying on the radio station. I want to make my contribution. Good morning.
Please go ahead.
Go ahead.
Regarding to Nigerian problem, our leader has been incompetent for a very long time. When you settle down with the local communities, when you stay with them, you notice that these people, they mean well for the country. But when you are not in the same line, when you're not in the same line or in the same class with the rich people, they look at you as less. So before you hear America coming in to come and help, they have the facts. They have facts on ground that our leaders are not telling us. That is the problem. So Nigeria has been in that same cycle for a very long time, pretending that, oh, we can handle this issue, oh, we can do it, we can manage this country, oh, it's a communal clash, is this and that. The cry of the poor has reached the Americans. And Nigeria has been weighed in a balance and found one thing. So this one of give the present time, let's negotiate. All this is to buy time to see how to take American attention from the real fact. So we cannot continue in this cycle. When you plan to do a protest, a good protest, they send their so-called people they pay to come and disrupt the protest. So I don't see America as any pretending country. You are talking about oil. How many of the Nigerian citizens have benefited from that oil? I serve in Warriors, where we have oil coming out as a core member then, 2021, 2022. I saw oil coming up. I asked the Shekiri community, this oil, people have oil and you people are still fighting yourselves. You don't look at your primary school, no chairs. Why can't you settle down and make use of this oil that you are benefiting? They are taking this oil far to different parts of the country.
Okay,
and they are saying Nigeria don't have this. So America should come in. America should come. Even if they are coming, they will come and benefit from there. Are we benefiting from the oil?
Wow.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Let me have you respond to this.
Yes.
I want us to quickly take the last
I'll respond this way. You see, the government in power is being paid in their own coin. If you have been followed the trajectory of what is going on, in 2014, they went to the same America to paint the narrative that removed Jonathan. That is exactly what is playing out
Then
today.
Secretary of State,
Yes.
John Kerry, was even in Nigeria.
Now, today, the opposition or some of the people that are affected, there was a man that was a reverend in Plateau. I have the video here that showed 501 people that were killed in one night. And you see, the social media is everywhere. The is a global village today. So nobody should come and gaslight anybody. They know, they see some of these things. They have come here to investigate. So some of these things are in the public domain. So this issue of living in denial, we should leave that for now and go to the nitty-gritty of what is going on and find a way to resolve the issues before it gets too late.
Okay, let's really take the last paper. We're out of time. On the Daily Trust newspaper, at the front page, you can see very interesting headlines. At the top left corner, at 1,422 naira to $1, Naira records highest gain in October. Then if you look at the bottom, the middle story there says, Nigerian stocks shared 244.9 billion naira amid Trump's threat. So it's like good news and a bit of skeptical news there. Parties, voters reject Niger local government poll. Bago's convoy attacked. 19 bandits killed in Kano as border attacks escalates. Pro-Wike faction NWC takes over PDP secretariat. Pregnancy cases on the rise in Borno IDP camps, which again is another offshoot of our insecurity problem. Because
those people shouldn't even be in IDP camps in the first place.
Exactly.
And they are jobless. So what do you expect them to do?
Okay, I mean, just your final thoughts, maybe on the seeming rise, 1,422 naira to $1, and then the stocks have shared 244.9 billion naira. Even though when I looked at it, Nairametrics says yes, it's 244.9 billion, but that is 0.25%.
When you look at the bigger picture.
Yeah, when you look at the bigger picture, that's not out of place to say automatically this is as a result. That it might be as a result of what Trump said over the course of the weekend, because this is the first day of first working day after the weekend, but that is not a significant shock.
Yeah.
They always direct us to the bigger picture. Why are they not showing us the smaller picture? Because when you talk of macroeconomics, you are looking at statistics that we are going to use to do this and do that and do the other one. Why are they not talking of the macro that will affect the citizens of this country? Now, dollar rising to 109, you know the implication of that. Even pepper in the market, the price will swell up. Because at the end of the day, it will affect fuel. And once fuel is affected, every other commodity in the market is affected. So the masses are going to suffer more. That's a challenge. 1,900, can you imagine that?
1,422. So Naira has actually gained.
It has gained?
Yes, it has gained.
You say 422.
Okay. Yeah,
okay.
so Naira has gained. The only thing is in terms of the stocks, the stocks have shared as at yesterday was 244 billion naira. But they say it's modest, that is 0.25% loss, and that's within the expected margin.
Well, if Naira has gained, okay, because I didn't get that. I thought you said
Naira has gained.
I've not looked at the stock. I've not looked at the exchange rate this morning.
And we cannot
so if Naira has gained, well, it means well for the country, because the stocks, how many poor men are buying stocks and shares? Although at the end of the day, when these things happen, it has a way of affecting the industry, and that's why you saw some of the companies leaving Nigeria. Because the investor confidence is eroded, and companies are leaving the country as a result of that.
We're almost out of time, but I need you to speak on the National Association of Resident Doctors strike. The bottom right corner of the Daily Trust says, Tinubu orders immediate resolution. Yesterday we had the president join us, and he has gone on strike from the 1st of November.
The president
of NARD, yes. The president of NARD joining us, and he said if their 19 demands are not met, they're not calling off the strike.
You know how long they have been pressuring government, going on warning strikes and what have you. The question I've always, and I continue to ask, is the monies we are generating, the billions and trillions, where are these monies going to? The lecturers are on strike, the doctors are on strike, these people are on strike, the other people are on strike. Why? Why are they not being paid? The governors are receiving jumbo FACA allowances every month. So what is going on? Can't this money be deployed to at least help the common man?
And the issues are even beyond just monetary. Like the
everything boils down to money at the end of the day. The allowances and what have you, the certificates and what have you, everything boils down to cash.
And then the response of the government. I'm seeing here the Daily Trust reports that the federal government has announced the establishment of a task force in the ministry to conduct unscheduled visits to hospitals to monitor those not participating in the current strike. Those who are not on the strike should be on the ground doing their work.
You see the problem. You see the problem.
Exactly.
Divide and rule. Divide and rule. What they do
You didn't
is
set
they
up
go,
task force to
yes,
fix the
now,
issues.
once they come into government, they go and read Machiavelli the Prince, divide and rule. And that's what they do. They come and divide people and they settle some people so that some people will now be black sheep. You have moles everywhere. You see, things don't work that way. Do the right thing and you see the government will flourish. I don't know why we are going forth and back. This fire brigade approach to invent cannot work. This is why I'm giving enough warning that government should settle down with them and these issues are resolved. Now, if you cannot resolve the 19, at least when you go a long way, people will support you and say, doctors, the government have tried now. But a situation where you're not doing anything, you're just speaking grammar, you're finding a way to divide the rank and file so that you can make them redundant. It doesn't work anywhere. It doesn't work anywhere, and it will not work here.
Professor.
Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you so much, Professor Nnah, for